How about contrasting again? And you might be shocked. What? Connor's doing another live stream even though I already done one today? Yes, guys. Now, before you think about that, why? You already did another live stream. Why are you doing another one? Because, like I said, these are gameplays that you should expect to have more than just maybe one live stream, maybe a day. You get chance. I will do end up doing more than one a day. Ever since I started gaming on my channel now, I am planning now to do, if I'm able to, maybe more than just 2 games or 1 game a day. Maybe I might do like 2 or 3 possibility. Still, anyway, guys, yes, live stream, and if you guys noticed from the title, it's to Fate Hollow Externia. So yeah, guys, been a while since I played. It's been a while, so let's play Fate Hollow Externia. So let's sort everything out here. First up, this is my bug. This thing's gonna bug people up. Bug it up. So just take away that. Then share the entire screen to everyone. And then boom, 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 and then hide this, and present to everyone. Then let's get into it. So, oh, oh, lagging a bit. It's lagging a bit. I might have to sort the screen again because I haven't played it for a while, so maybe revert to its good. It's been a while. Let's play. Let's get into it. So, still lagging, blah 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 blah. Jump boss of blah. Nickel. So, Nickel Power, guys. Holy fucking hell. That, oh my god. I do appreciate how so far Fate Hollow Externia is doing well for me. I'm not just that, I have really appreciated how freaking Goku and Nippon didn't have any sex scenes, so quite too often. But with freaking Neko Para, man, how many was in there? But anyway, from last time from Fate Hollow Externia, we are now finally talking to Kuri Kotomine's daughter. Man. Now, it has not been revealed in the game yet from me playing right now. She's his daughter. But I already know because I got fucking spoiled. Why is me? Alright, let's continue. That's probably true. However, just as there are people with a high degree of sensitivity towards the supernatural that can sense the presence of evil, there are people that experience the same symptoms just by being near victims of possession. Frankly speaking, I'm one of them. Whenever I get near something that is possessed by what is said to be an evil spirit, my own body will produce the exact same symptoms that the demon would have caused. Good point. In other words, even if you don't have supernatural powers, if you're pretty much used to being around, or pretty much being around too many dark things in your life, pretty much too many tragedies, you are able to sense a tragedy more effectively than other people would. That means you don't have to have supernatural abilities or being connected with supernatural causes. As you're used to, well, not used to, but you're pretty much, tragedies happen more often to you than having tragedies near you happen often than it does with other people. You're able to sense tragedies more effectively than other people because you've been around them for more often. You've been around those bad tragedies more often than other people have. So of course you understand how tragedies feel, how they react, and how they're formed, and everything like that. Let your body you will sense it and also know it. So effective to have very much. Of course, I'm not one of those people. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people sensitive because some reason connects to the supernatural. Anyway, whenever I get near something possessed by the said evil spirit, my own body will produce the same syndromes that the demon would have caused. My teacher referred to it as masochistic, chromatic, trunchum, deficits. Yeah, I'm no, autism? No way. Progistic autism. Autism's going to it! Is that autism? Let me double check. No, he's for autism again, because even though I got autism, I don't know anything to spell it. Oh boy. Pretty much. Okay. One form of autism there. No pause of hesitation. Senna. Oh yeah, that's her name. But I call her Kira Kiltmini School because it's easy to remember her like that. Or I could also call her Kira. I could also call her Kultamine because technically as she's daughter, she can be called Kultamine. I don't believe she's married, so that's the thing. I think she's still a virgin, and plus she's not married, so that's what I've sort of heard and stuff and know about. So she's still classified as a Kutamine. So I had just said something that should send someone into a major depression. What? So basically, you will turn into a demon if you get near one? Although in the idiotic statement, let's us say it is correct. To be exact, it is an automatic repetition of spiritual damage of demonic organ. Let us say you get infected with a cold. During the earlier stages, your body just feels a little heavy. Now, if I get near you, the symptoms that are caused by that disease would appear on me as well. The number of patients increased to 2, so to say. While it may appear threatening to you, it is not fundamentally a trait that is a problem to others. Please, do not worry about it. Even if you say so, well, it's not like it bothers me, but no surprise attacks, alright? I'm just a little worried of the fact that getting too close ends up with a lot of pain each time. Right, I'm frequently under evil influence. Yourself aside, the presence of monsters will have an effect. If you find that this process dreadful, you shall do well by staying away whenever that they are nearby. I don't really get what or how it is happening, but this is one bit of advice I should probably follow. Alright, unless things get serious, let's try to not get too close. Randomly hurting each other is no good. So back then, most likely it was the type of damage caused by those monsters. While they're rank lower, it appears they do have a demonic connection. In other words, if they aren't near, she won't go nuts either. If so, would those monsters' symptoms be creation of the same monster? Same monster, same master. Oh fuck. No monster go. We should leave my traits aside for now. How about we continue with your question? Ah, yeah, sure. Alright, the third and final question. I want to ask about the city's abnormality. I don't know why, but the Holy Grail has come back. And so the Heaven's Field has restarted around it. Or so we thought. The battle is vague and somehow odd. Tosca said that this wasn't a restart, but rather a reproduction. Well, let's go with that for the time being. For the time being, let's assure that there's a master wa- who wants the Holy Grail. What could they hope to accomplish by continuing an endless war? To continue the fighting, why else? To continue the fighting that ended with the conclusion of the Fifth Heaven's Field. That is a single origin of all humanity in this world, in this time. Asking what is wrong is not correct to begin with. Everything in the town is wrong. Everything in this town is wrong. Because of some person's wish, a false 4-day period is being inflicted. The woman of the church who has come to investigate says it's all because of someone's wish. That is to say, that the Grail is being used. So, is it all fake then? For a brief moment, I felt as if I was about to die. Everything is fake. The second the words left my mouth, the disappear almost killed me. Despair alone just almost killed me, as if all the heat in the universe had intensely fractured. Okay. No, what's fake is only one person. Even if impossible events were to occur in these 4 days, as long as the characters are present, it could also happen in reality. While the premise of a restarted war is a mistake, the event that occurred within it are no illusions. These days are real. The 4 days will end, but your life will go on. Without a doubt, Shoemia will lose nothing. Who is feeling relieved? Who is feeling relieved? Pretty sure it isn't me. But oh well. There is no falsehood in her words. It's definitely true. My ready-to-die self has sparked back to life again. That's so. That's great. And if I get this right, all there is to it is to get rid of these 4 days. So, you don't have any connection to the reduction in Heaven's Fields, do you? I vow unto the Lord. Even though things are distorted, my aim and yours are the same. The investigation of the Holy Grail and Fuki's to complete these 2 tasks, I will cooperate with you. Of course, cooperation only means providing you with some information. I am not one to bring change to this world. The only one who can solve the problem is you, who has participated in the Fifth Heaven's Field. Why? Oh, yeah, I know you're not directly involved. I also understand that ending the war involves those who have participated. But why just me? Tosuke or Sakura as masters, they could succeed as well. This battle is a reduction of the Fifth Heaven's Field. You were the victor of the war. Based on that, the one to dominate the battlefield should still be you. Only Shiromir can end the Fifth Heaven's Field. Listen well. If you want to stop this reduction, you need to either make the one who made the wish give up the Grail, or, like before, you who emerged victorious must defeat that person. It feels like a word game. That is to say, since this is a reduction of the Fifth Heaven's Field, it must also end the same way, with my achieving the final victory. Yes, this is the Holy Grail and the fight for the Holy Grail. High-level magecraft is a battle between corporates. It is not a question of strength, but rather a test of considerity of the one system. I do not possess magic to defeat the system known as the Holy Grail. Being a meditator, it is already quite taxing for me. Even if I wish to join, there are rules that would stop me. Meaning she's quite restricted in what she can do. I understand. For now, I just want to thank you. I know what to do now. I stand up. I've asked enough, and it's about time for me to go. Let's get back to the city. Leaving already? There must be something else you want to know. There sure is, but I doubt you would know. Such as where the person who made the wish is, or how to defeat the monster. I'll just look for them myself. We'll leave the small talk until after we find the culprit. I don't have any business with you or the church anymore. I wave and head out. This church has always given me a headache. I don't want to stay for too long. Frankly, I don't want to have anything to do with this woman either. That's rude! She's being kind right now, actually. Even though she's Kira Kultivide's daughter, even though you don't know that either. But still, maybe that's part of the reason why you can send an essence of Kira Kultimine on her. Part of the reason why she gets headache from her. Plus, also, maybe this church has some special barrier that reflects people, well, supposed to reflect people who are not Christian. Because of that, the ones who are able to get through experience a headache which they don't want to have. So they get out. Well, as it's a headache, you can still stay in there for a bit, and then maybe get out after you're done with your business, and then get out. So, yeah. Wait, there's one question I'd like to ask. I've answered all of yours, so please do answer one of mine. How can I possibly refuse? Alright, but make it quick. Why isn't she talking? Hey, didn't you want to ask me something? Go ahead. Really, are you so much... Really? Are you so much ruder today than you were the last few times? My mind froze for a moment. Was that her question? The last few times, meaning when? The times we met that you know of. In the park, on the mountain hill, when we just happened to cross each other, you're a little more gentlemanlike. It's not a question at all. She's only complaining. Not only is there no way of capturing her feelings, her thoughts process is also hard to understand. I guess I'm just grumpy today. That's right. It's the location. The location's the problem. If it were outside the church, things would have turned out better. That's so. I must remain here during the day. A meeting during the night can only occur near the end of the 4 days. It seems like our connection is bound to remain like this. Well, don't worry about it. Either way, I won't be coming back here. This time I'm really leaving the church. Really, I always get halted like this. The door closes. And there's Kira Kultivide's side of it. That's why I don't want to associate with her. I didn't ask her for anything, and she was still praying for me. Hey, what can I say? I mean, it makes it seem like I'm out of luck or something. Okay. Anything new? Anything that meant to happen? Nothing particular. Okay. It's good tonight. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go alone. Station front. Let's go for the new ones then. See what happens. Oh! The sky is close. The tallest building in the city. Tonight, the rooftop is, once again, lit by the strong moonlight. I don't really have a reason for coming here. I'm not looking over the city. Instead, my eyes are always directed upward. The moon is closed. Missing aura phrase somehow looks like a grail. So there is a meaning to the reason why the moon is freaking black. It is because of this freaking grail thing. Suddenly, I get the foolish notion that maybe I could reach it from here. I need a rocket to go to the moon. Either that or a necessary long ladder. Without that, I wouldn't be able to get there. Might as well go back. Nothing to do here by myself. I lay behind the silver thread. This is where the empty sky is. Even with this tool or a tower, I cannot reach it. Not yet. Not in the beginning. And there. Okay. Importance coming up. No, nothing important there. Afternoon. Oh! Importance. Grounds of Castor. I see Castor. Come to think of it, it's not unusual to find her meditating here. I wonder if there's something she's thinking about. She did turn me down when I tried asking about the Holy Heavens Floors last time. Maybe now's the right time. Perhaps I would be able to hear the real story from her. Asking for the real story. What am I saying? I've already cast everything I need to ask. If I question her any further, I might end up touching upon the truth. That's too reckless. No matter how much she prefers living a peaceful life, she's still a natural born witch. She will eliminate mischiefully with anything that does not serve her interests, as if sweeping away the dust before her without hesitation. I can't let my guard down. Whilst living amongst someone whose very existence is something that hurts others, showing any weakness at all is fatal. Yes, she is the witch of betrayal. Yes, she is the witch of betrayal. Media. Whoa! Media? Should I actually go to our history now? Well, I do have to say, there was something I was a bit off about the elementary play works, I think. They added something else we should find out from this. An anti-hero reserved as the enemy of humanity. I recall the myth. The princess of the source who received teachings of the great witch. The cunning witch behind the demise of many countries in the age of gods. We're actually going to a history? Holy fucking hell, we're going to a history! We're going the history of Media. Princess Media, to be more exact. Who she is. Oh my god, the history of Media. Like I said, this is why I like Fake Guys. We get to learn histories of freaking powerful ancient heroes. And like I said, I remember correct, Media is the same time period and should know Hercules. She should know him because I found out that there's some connection between Media and also Hercules. So Princess Media, the daughter of Antes, the king of Colchis, the edge of the east of the Greek world on the eastern coast of the Black Sea. A sorceress who received the teachings of Hecate. Hecate, goddess of magic, a princess who led a sheltered life as a king's daughter. Wait, Hecate? Has it something to do with Macbeth? She was a god? Wow! Well, goddess. Oh, that's something to know. The innocent princess who was raised unbeknownst of the outside world. She was plenty connected with just that. She neither wanted wings to set herself free, or did she long for the vast outside world. She loved the country she was raised in, and was satisfied with living here. living her whole life in the mountains. However, with the arrival of heroes seeking glory, the girl's hopes were shattered. Captain Ogo appeared from the outside world. John, the hero who arrived seeking the treasures of Collision, the Golden Fleece, and would cause Media to betray her country. It was because the goddess aiding Joseph, a brilliant, put a fiend, a Aphrodite, I think, put a curse on Media, which caused her to fall blinding in love with him. Me betrayed her father, gave the golden fleece to Joseph, and escaped Clinchus and with Joseph, now her husband. Even as the king of Clinchus pursued the Urgo to reclaim his daughter, the cursed media used magic to tear apart her brother, who accompanied them into 8 pieces and scattered them across the sea. Grieving, the king collected his dead son's remains, and Joseph and company used the opportunity to put cloisters behind them. Like this, the foreign invaders shook off their pursuers. However, it is said that the distorted atmosphere on the Aqua did not fade. The princess who presented her homeland's treasures to the man, the woman who went as far as to kill her own brother for the man she loved. The heroes on the boat unmercifully congratulated the girl, who was the princess of Calichus. As if regarding something disgusting and filthy, the heroes avoided the girl. Fortunately for Media, whose heart was bound by the goddess' curse, she saw their coming gaze as no different than a mere sea breeze. Unlucky this time! She gets to fall in love properly! She's now fallen in love properly! She's no longer on cursed ways to fall in love. Unless that's part of the curse, she falls in love with someone who saved her. That is something else. The curse could do that, but yet again, she could also be probably in love with Kuzuki. Fortunately for Media, whose heart was bound by the goddess curse, she saw the gaze as no different than a mere sea breeze. She was concerned with hearing only Joseph's words. I'm sorry, but you've done well, Media. That's right. So long as she could hear such words from the man she loved, she could endure the hero's devastation, the regret of abandoning her country, the sinful betrayal towards her father, the punishment of murdering her own brother, were all things she could withstand, and yet not once did she hear such warm words from her husband. Okay. The Ruston victory ended without the slightest problem. Joseph made the foreign princess his wife and returned to his own country of Icarus, with the promised golden fleece in hand. But what awaited there was the death of his parents and the promise. Once the golden fleece is returned, thy throne shall be recognized. Perseus, the king of Icarus, who promised this to Joseph, cowardly laughed it off as a simple play of words. Floored by rage, Joseph commends his betrayal. Brotherhood. He's a cowardly usurper. His cowardly usurper killed King Plosive. Though seized by her love towards Joseph, Media was still but a young girl. The girl who had been shattered by her deed against her brother, Joseph repeated instantly, kill King Prussia who broke his vow. Kill the king's relatives. That's right, kill alone. The king will not suffice. Kill that unsightly sorcerer, and the 3 princesses too. It did not take long for Joseph to prepare the assassination. The king and his daughter were invited to Joseph's house. In the center was the witch's cauldron. The girl has been owned by the great witch Hecate, a crystallization of secrets in the foundation of mysteries. My good king, we welcome you to our humble abode. Before anyone realized the end had already begun to draw near. Unable to resist the man she loved and the curse of the goddess, Medea would use her own magic for the murder of the king. King Price, let us feast our eyes on my wife's secret arts. The man she loved said proudly. The girl stared at the cauldron with eyes weary from crying. This would be the secret art of rejuvenation, the magic in which my wife is particularly skilled. Thus spoke the man who she unknowingly came to love. Unable to oppose, the girl continued the ritual. The hand stirring the cauldron grew even ever so tired, feeling like lead. Come to think of it, from the moment she had put her country behind her, had she ever been able to sleep peacefully? Her mind and body exhausted, she continued as if surrounded by thick fog. Being this tired will make her forget. Being this sad will her dull. Yes, will her dull. Yes. Was this the reason why she learned magic to do such things? Blood? Ooh. She cut up an large sheep and placed it into the cauldron. Stir, stir, splash, splash. It melted and disappeared. And then the ogre sheep that had lost all shape and figure received and revived at the hands of Medea. Its skin brilliant, and its eyes full of life. The aged sheep was reborn a lamb. Ooh. The king, impressed, requested that he be generated as well. Then the girl spoke, just as introduced by the man she loves. For that purpose, the body must first be cut apart. This art requires that you die once. The king fearlessly ordered the 3 daughters he loved so to perform on the dry deed. The 3 princes cut their father to pieces. The king was thrown into the cauldron, and then I saw it. Those 4 daughters were giving up their own father. Their father did not revive. The 3 princesses cried and screamed. The man she loves, but then bounded the woman. God will never forgive the sin of daughters of King Persia. Take up your own lives. The 3 daughters cried and shouted. Why has this happened? They cried out. Not to God, but to their father, the king who they had killed, pleading for the forgiveness. The unfamiliar man called Joseph did not forgive even one of them. The goddess curse vanished at that moment. Her cold heart finally cleared up, but it was too late. Betraying her country, killing her brother, killing the king through the trickery, going as far as to let the 3 innocent princesses die. That day, the girl had undoubtedly transformed into a witch. Ooh. The splendor of Joseph's ascent to the throne lasted but an instant. People learned of the king's murder and they drove Joseph and the foreign witch out of Oscan. Joseph, who had no place to return to, took the witch and returned to Greece, wandering at last to Crete. The king of welcomed Joseph, and for long possessed with his daughter Glaucus. To marry Glaucus and obtain the kingship of Crete, or keep the witch as wife, and continue to receive the king's protection. Joseph did not hesitate, even though he had begotten 2 children from the witch. Their bond was not enough to keep him near. Joseph abandoned the witch and ran to Glaucus' side. Please do not go. Please don't go. I threw aside my home and country for you. I gave up everything for you. Have pity, if not for me, and the children. I beg of you. To the witch, who glanced cheerfully, the man said, "What are you trying to say? Was it not your fault that I lost my country? You terrible foreign witch, I never loved you even once." Before she knew it, her home was too far. All hopes lost, she stepped onto the foreign soil. And so, at the end of a long journey, her own desire was born. But how could it be granted? Everything was but a dream of paradise. The girl became a hideous witch, and upon returning home, not a single or believed her to be the young princess. She had changed too much, even as the castle she lived out her childhood is remained unchanged, surrounded by the same greenery. And then, on the day of the marriage of the man named Joseph, in the midst of country-wide celebration, Trisha fell. Glaucus, the bride, was engulfed in flames, and the hero, who was to become the new king, was forced again to life of wandering. The tale that follows is no longer part of the legend. It is said that the young man who led the heroes as the captain of the Eagle, while plundering the wreckage of ship, was crushed to death by his fallen stem post. But that the girl he brought home with him became a witch, and continued to wander the lands of Greece. Even now she gazes over yonder for the ocean shore. The many sins she had contemplated. Okay. And many dreams she had left behind. Though she knew those wishes would never be granted. As though in content, the woman continued to hope. She died like that, huh? Dizziness overcame me, as if having seen a fragment. It's me, guys. My mom wants me. Yes. there, guys, I'm back. Oh. Sound go or something? Did my sound go? My sound go? No, just checking. Woo! Anyway, back to this. Actually, chat and everything. So, chat, nothing there. About here, nothing there. Okay. This. Back to this. Anyway, dizziness overcame me, as if having seen a fragment dream. Oh, that's right. I wasn't going to ask something. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. So long as I am careful, a conversation should be alright. It ain't to jumping into a lion's den out of curiosity. But this time the witch seemed stated. Surely she'd overlook a unpleasant question or two to kill some time. Back again so soon. I don't know what you intended upon, but you sure have guts. I'm sure you know how dangerous it is to approach me when I'm alone. Just as she says herself, being near Castle when there is no one else around is unquestionably dangerous. The real hazard is not the fact that she can use magic without the concern of preying eyes, but the fact that she cannot control her emotions while not under the security of others. Once Castor snaps, there's no way to stop her. She may act like a calm witch if an outsider were present, but when left alone, her feelings run wild. Good point! Well, same here actually. When people do call the emotions unstable or delusional. Oh no, there's just something I've been curious about. You look like you were in a good mood, so I thought I'd take the chance to ask you. The atmosphere grows every so slightly heavier. I guess she's already figured out what this might be about. Whatever could that be, I don't suppose it would be anything pleasant. It's just a question. I fear of us staying my welcome, so I'll just get to the point. I know you have no intention of doing anything about the current situation. I've got nothing to say about that. But there's just one thing I'd like to know. For someone as skilled a sorcerer as you, figure out something like the 4 days should be acclaimed. So my real point is, shouldn't you know the truth behind what's happening already? How very interesting. I should know all of the workers behind this, you say. A broad grin spread across her face. In the polar opposite of her smile from before, a smile that carried an unmistakable odor of death. Phew, unfortunately, you're way off, boy. It is true that, at first, I had tried all possible means and almost grasped the root of it, but my current self is still one step away from that. The play ends when all is known, doesn't it? It is known, doesn't it? That is why I cursed the search and just left it be. So you stopped there. Isn't that the same thing? I mean, you're pretty much know already, isn't it? Indeed, but I have not told anyone yet. Because if the culprit is found, then the whole affair would end. And since the culprit can't do anything, we have no obligation to forcibly capture them either. I see. There are no victims, so you're just spectating. You're quite the passive character, aren't you? Then will you stay a spectator from now on as well? I believe I have already told you that I have no intention of getting involved. But when the end comes, I cannot say that I will be the case. I will be the case. If it were to end, I won't be silent. Right, it's not me, but my master who won't. Well, it's the same thing in the end, sighs Castor. She may be known as the treacherous witch, but her obedience to her master, Suichi Kurutsuki, is absolute and unwavering. Yeah, she's finally get your spirit's proper love. She didn't have to put a freaking curse on or anything. Just a good thing. Well, in other words, she's fallen deeply for him. She seemed to think she's not been found out yet, but it's well-known fact to everyone aside from Kuzuki and Castor. The moment Suzuki says, assist me, to Castor, she would obey regardless of what it was. You said you wanted it to continue like this, but should Kuzuki-sensei tell you to settle it, would you still help? You still help? That's right. I won't interfere with the culprit, but I won't cooperate with them. No, I can't do that act. Whether it ends or does not, there's nothing for me to do about it. Do you get it? That's why you're an eyesore. If you want to continue, then you should let it continue until you grow tired. Yet yourself and are trying to interfere. Seriously, how many times have I thought of killing you? Just for the record, was that a joke? Oh my, you're oath to know whether I'm capable of making jokes already, don't you? My back freezes twice over. Twice over! Told you! I knew it wasn't a good idea to stay here for long. I do understand that you're nothing but a bystander. I just want to end this talk here. But say, why didn't you kill me? Just once would have been fine. Wow, no, not really. Since it's Castor we're talking about, you'll think she'll lose it and screw me at least once already. No reason in particular. And my master never wished that to happen after all. She declares flattery. I smile at her generosity. I see, I guess so. One last thing I'd like to ask. Suppose that Suichi Kuzuki noticed this abnormality. What do you think he'll do? Will he try to solve it, or will he leave it as it is? Say, what really happened to the two of you? For instance, the air is completely frozen. I could have died 4 times within 3 seconds. Castor restraining the magical energy that could kill me with just a glance. He would resolve it. Suichio's consciousness is different from yours, boy, but he is still someone who will correct what he feels is wrong. Her answer has a shadow of sadness in it. I see, so your master is like me. I say that to myself in reverence, as I let out the majority that had built up in my chest. That is wrong. It is you who is like Sutro. Her reply echoes with pride. Isn't that the same sort of thing either way? Like, if you're like someone, that means, of course, that person's like you. There is no such thing as only one person to be like someone. There's no way. If they're like someone, that means that, of course, they'll be the same on the same other side. They're like they like it. They're like that someone as well. I'm not talking about like. I'm talking about like as I mean as in like they're similar. They're a similar person. So that's what I mean. Her reply echoes with pride. Then we'll leave. Then we'll leave it at that. Sorry for bringing up something so trivial. Please feel free to stay here and be indifferent as you want. You don't have to tell me that, but oh well. Show respect for all that hard work you're doing alone. I'll see you off when everything is about to end. I'm dumbfounded. Her words leave me speechless. What is that face? Do you not understand what I'm saying? When the final moment comes, I get it. You mean you'll give me a hand? I no doubt I rely on you. Frankly, having your assistance will perhaps become my best encouragement. I leave Caster's garden. She fixes her robe and sees me off. What an unpleasant subject. Even though she was even though she was in such a good mood, there was just one moment where she looked like a pass on herself. What really happened to two of you? The boy who said that is already. Oh, and Caster's point of view? Ooh! The witch concerns her body with a black robe, and rather than disappearing, stands completely still. Someone who is like someone. Someone who is alike to someone. I see, your master is like me. The presence that is like reality. The illusion that resembles reality. That is wrong. It is you who are like my master. The destroyed thoughts swirling together and dissolve. A muddy mess. Senses of the present world have already become memory of another. Memories from when she still lived as a human, and a bad dream she just seen a little earlier. Like the cauldron where the old sheep was boiled, the dead and living mangled together. What really happened, you ask? The witch bites her lip mostly. Perhaps an evening shower. Thunder can be heard in the distance. The sound of rain hitting the trees evokes a vision of the scene where they first met. Even if she gives into frustration, only one thing comes to her mind. That day, the dried out palms of the man that grasped the hand of the foolish woman who had never been chosen by anyone. I was right! I was right! I'm going to Blade Works, the anime! They showed something that we should have noted, we should have supposed to see in Fate Externia. Ha! The anime freaking spoiled people. Huh? Well, that means they're not going to show this one. Well, if they end up bringing up again, they're just going to have a brief moment. A brief moment. So they ever make an anime for Fate Externia, I think it's going to be obvious when Ufotable does make it. They're not going to fully add that scene to it. Oh my fucking gosh! Oh my fucking gosh! Well, let's get back to it. She looked. Rain is falling. Rain is falling. She looked down briefly, only to see that the hand is covered in blood. Straining her eyes, she could hear that his breaths are also ragged. Her body frozen like ice, and her head frighteningly blank. Rain, it's rain. A body threatened to vanish, her reason threatening to collapse. The sky she looked up at it. The sky she looks up at its high as it is high. Is high. That's bad English. She calls for help, receives none, and fading body grows ever colder. Yes, but tonight is different. Her magical energy is running out. There are a few spells at her disposal and no one to secure a vanishing life with. To begin with. Because the night was the cold rain fell was warmer and filled with light. His death was nearly instant. Let's talk about this one man. Go about 25 years back. The story of a lethal weapon that was tempered for nearly as long as he lived. He did not know what it was right until the very end. In the middle of a mountain, amidst a community that gathered and lived together like mounting ancestors, he came into existence. Without parents or siblings, he was born as a child with no connection whatsoever. I suppose it would be more correct to call it an emergency rather than a birth. The baby grew up in the midst of that gathering. Fortunately, he was pure, even though it wasn't much of a place for living. Even though that probably wasn't how people lived. He who knew not of the outside world accepted that gathering. 20 years since then, he did not leave this outward 10 square meter of forest, and continued to temper the one temper the one technique he was bestowed with. Around the age of 10, he was told that the community was part of the factory, a place where the necessities of daily life are mass-produced with the work of many. Since he had no experience in creating things, he had no worries about what side he was on. He had no obligations to the fact that he was a daily necessity. Instead, you could probably say he was relieved. It would have been strange otherwise. All day long, her signal blindly repeated the same steps. No need for verity, just perfect this one action, said. Oh, ooh, starts name. Said something we don't know about. That's the same as being a tool. The consent to the fact that they were tools being used by total strangers and further polished their functions. Put it another way, those unable to come to terms were grief-stricken became unable to keep up with their daily work and disappear even from the memories of tools. It was shortly after that when he guessed his own function. Extra knowledge was driven into them for when the time comes. Daily necessities they may be, yet they have to become pursued humans to manifest into functions. The knowledge necessary to function as a human. While considered an excuse, it was rare for them to be used once their knowledge was lost. Although it would seem the something were against including extra functions, it was something unavoidable. To him and to the something, it was no doubt an organizing decision. Agonizing decision. Knowledge that hadn't been taught until now. Things that are common knowledge for human. Things that would make your innocence if learned. Those are the only dead weight to slow you down. However, thanks to the knowledge, he learned the name of his function. Murderer. To be detected by no one, to kill the victim before they are even aware of it. That was the function accepted of him. Being a fast learner, he left his 10 square meter forest and came to serve more frequently at something's temple. And even that happened only once a month or so. There he learned of the cost of perfection and the appearance of the something who were using him. The collision was a intimately clean place. The building where demons were lived to set to said were to live to set was said to live. The place rumored to be a Halcyon nation was in fact a spotless white world. The scrap of tools that didn't listen to the something and were dismissed while alive, and the remnants of those who brought shame to something and had their brains transplanted into animals as punishment, and the fish tanks packed with flesh of the children who were gathered for the comfort of something. None of it was there. Those were all the things that certainly happened, but they had nothing to do with this place. In this pure space, having not one spark of sin, as a form of starving off boredom that reduced no boredom, aiming for nothing but the expulsion of tonight's menu by a monthful. Exchanged completely unrelated human lives for money. Blood, please save me. I don't want to die. Please let me go. Those pleas were to be all silenced with dissecting joy. And so, without something even noticing, the news realized something is their final moments. These humans were speaking a different language all along. They were both living beings, yet their hearts were created differently. Things like the voice of the dishes lined up along the dinner table did not exist to them. To the something, the voice of other humans would never in a lifetime reach them. This is not a matter limited to just the Moculus. Thus said the one who oversaw him. Those are the prodigious few who knew us tools. Okay, guys. Mama wants me, so I have to go. After I finish this part. This world is governed by humans, but not humans. He was told this function was to kill just one person for them. And there. Okay, guys. I think I'm going to stop there. So, save and exit. Progress will be saved. Exit the game. Yeah, come in. Sorry, guys. Hey, guys. That's my live stream to my playthrough of Fate Hollow Externia Part 14. But guys, like I become chat fans today. If you guys want some from out, go down my description down below. My address there, and yeah. Hope you guys like it. Comment and subscribe, and I see you guys later. Bye, guys.